Joining us via Skype is Reggie Littlejohn, president of the Women's Rights Without Frontiers, an advocacy group opposing forced abortion and sexual slavery in China. Welcome back to the program, Reggie. You've advocated
So
for a
much.
long time to defund the UN Population Fund. Many see the administration's move to do that as a huge victory, but what impact do you think it will have on China?
Well, first of all, it is a huge victory. And I am so thrilled that President Trump has done this. Now, in terms of the impact on China, do I think it's going to end forced abortion in China? No, because there are other countries that are still funding the UNFPA. And also, my question has always been, why are we funding their population control program when we owe them so much money? I mean, they have their own money they can use to do this. So I don't think it's going to end forced abortion, but what it does do is it gets their blood off of our hands. At least we are not funding this stuff. And so that to me is an enormous moral victory.
It's interesting because the UN Population Fund argues, and I want to quote here, all of its work promotes the human rights of individuals and couples to make their own decisions free of coercion or discrimination. What's your reaction to that?
I think we need to not listen to what they say, but watch what they do. They have been working hand in hand with the Chinese Communist Party on their coercive population control program for decades, and that has included the forced abortion of women up to the 9th month of pregnancy. So, to me, the fact that they have basically been silent in the face of major atrocities that the whole world has known about indicates complicity, and I don't agree with their statement.
Well, as you know, this week President Trump hosts President Xi of China at his Mar-a-Lago estate. The two leaders are expected to discuss trade, North Korea. What do you want the U.S. to demand of China?
Well, we don't know. That might not be on their official list of topics, but I think that it was very brave of President Trump, and also it sent a huge message to China that he defunded the UNFPA, possibly while President Xi was on the plane on his way over here. So, whether they discuss it specifically or not, I do believe that he has a very clear message, and I would encourage him to drive that home and say, look, you know what? Unlike the previous administration, we're not going to just turn a blind eye to your gross human rights violations in favor of our trade relationship.
Okay, well, I know you will be watching, so will we, to see what comes about as a result of those talks. Reggie Littlejohn, president of Women's Rights Without Frontiers. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.